Bring it down.
Okay, so we're ready for part 3 of the broadcast. Yes, we are live. Let's go. You never know what you're going to get in a live broadcast, honey.
At all. And with kids too.
It's the truth about a boss.
Welcome to another episode of Talk About It Tuesday with your favorite host, B. Brown, the Revolutionary.
And Sunshine La Reina. Today is October the 18th, 2022. And we are coming to you live from YouTube and Facebook.
Yes, we are. And we are on the continuance of our talk about why hip hop has went from a great genre to the worst genre. Okay? So, yes, we are on part 3 of that. And we would also like to say hello to all the boss and bossettes out there in the world today. Okay? And with that being said, we're going to get this show started. But right before we get this show started, we want to tell you that something great is in you. Okay? You got to find it. It is not up to nobody else to tell you what you're great at. You know what you possess inside of you. You know what skills you have. You know what God has blessed you with. So it's definitely up to you to go ahead and figure out what is it that I can do. Because whatever it is, discover it and be the best at it. Okay? Sunshine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready to go.
All right. So we left off talking about the secret meaning of part 2 and how the prisons definitely influence hip hop as a genre because we went from conscious rap to gangster rap. And once
Yes.
gangster rap hit the scene, things started to change in the world. Okay. Once things started to change in the world, a lot of people didn't know that under their noses they were building private prisons.
Yes.
Okay.
Most definitely.
And as they were building these private prisons, the hip hop genre was growing and growing and growing and growing until it was not even called the hip hop genre anymore. They rarely call it hip hop. They it went from hip hop to rap to gangster rap.
Correct.
Um, Now some people even like to call it drill music. So uh,
Yes.
hip hop has a lot of subgenres now, and
Mm-hmm.
not all of the genres are what I, all of the music has art in it, but all of the music is not good for our culture. Let me just say that.
Correct. Yes.
It was bred for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It was good to be live from the trap to tell what's going on. But then when you start influencing children to take drugs and hurt people and unalive people, that's where we never drew the line. We never drew the line.
Yes. Rap
And for
music, I know rap music when I was growing up, it was about how we could rebuild our community. It was about educating me as a Black woman, teach me about myself, things that they didn't want us to know, things that I was never made aware of, and about us, because everyone loves to say that our existence on this continent begins in slavery. And our music taught us that that's not where we began as a people, that we were better than that, that we were kings and we were teachers and queens and things of that nature. And then it became something that I was like, I don't even want to hear. I don't even want to listen to, because your message is not a message that I want to present. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. It definitely changed. One thing that I can say that changed that I liked about the music is that the beats, the instrumentals became more raw than ever. I mean, around
Yes.
these times, we bred some of the best music in the 2000s. So let's get into it. All right. So right here, we have a list of some of the best rappers of the 2000s. All right. So right here, we got Eminem, Dr. Dre, Nas, and 50 Cent. Every one of them put out a classic.
Yes.
And one of my most memorable moments of this era was when Dr. Dre dropped The Chronic.
Yes.
When Dr. Dre dropped The Chronic, it's like he birthed a whole new sound of music. It was a lot of samples, but it was familiar, but it had its own twist to it. And we knew right then and right there that Dr. Dre was a hip hop pioneer and he was someone to be reckoned with. That album is a pure classic.
And always,
Pure
yes,
classic.
most definitely. You could listen to it from top to bottom, like not miss a beat at all. And it's rare that you find an album that you just don't want to, that you just run through. But that one right there, top to bottom.
However, Dr. Dre, around about that time, was going through a real dark time. We didn't know it until later on when Michel'le came out with her movie about, what she went through after they put out Straight Outta Compton. Now,
Yeah.
I must say, Dr. Dre was almost bulletproof to a lot of those allegations. We know Dr. Dre did that stuff. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, it was like he was almost bulletproof because he had been embedded in the hip hop generation so much that people didn't want to convict him of any of those crimes.
He was a legend. So it's like no, it just he may have did it, but we're just gonna leave that over there. It doesn't
Yeah,
really matter. We're gonna leave it over
yeah,
there.
exactly. It's like you and her got to figure that out.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
sounds like domestics to me. So y'all just talk about it amongst yourselves and get it together.
also, I would like to note that Dr. Dre, like I said, was going through a real dark time. He was broke, but he was the best producer in that era, in my opinion. Like one of the best. Like if we're talking the top three, we definitely got to just go and put him at number one because he changed the game.
Most
Um,
definitely.
but he was unhappy in his contracts and what was going on uh, with his record label. And we all know that around about that time, it was him, Snoop Dogg, Tupac. I mean, when I tell
Yes.
you the lineup was crazy, they had Nate Dogg, um, they had Corrupt, um, what's his name? The other one, the Dog Pound, basically.
Yes. Yes.
They
Yes.
had
Yes.
Michel'le, they had the Lady of Rage. They had all these people, but they were doing a deal with the devil, Suge Knight himself.
Yes, ma'am. Most
Okay,
definitely.
so Dr. Dre was putting out all this good music, but things were definitely very hectic. So around about that time, he left his record label, and everybody was just in awe, and they was mad at him because he's the finest producer out. And when I tell you, he went and started the Aftermath, and he signed Eminem, which is at number one, and Eminem
Yes.
kind of took over the rap game. He changed the rap game.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
Yeah.
did. Most
So
definitely did.
right, because here come this white boy. He ain't talking about no gangster music. He is talking about
Hmm.
situations going on in his life, as far as drug usage, having to deal with an evil mom,
Yes.
the terror
Just.
of having a child and can't provide for that child, being
Hmm.
put down by your counterparts, like
Hmm.
all these evil thoughts going through his mind. Like he
Yes.
definitely solidified his place in the rap game, most definitely.
I feel
And
like he brought about like what's called like maybe like emotional rap, like getting like it was kind of like another form of therapy. Do you know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? Like allowing people to be like, listen, this who I am, like I'm a man, and these are the thoughts and the feelings that I have. These are the emotions that I'm going through, and I'm putting my pain on this paper, and I'm letting y'all know that I grow through these things too. And it allowed a lot of people to feel what they were feeling and not be ashamed of themselves anymore. You know
right,
what I mean?
exactly. And with all that, a lot of people didn't know how to take him. He had some haters, but he laughed at them and he poked fun at them. But at this time, when Dr. Dre signed Eminem, Eminem himself also was doing drugs. This is a fact. He rapped
Mm-hmm.
about it. Okay, so then he signed Eminem. Eminem blowed up. I'm talking about blowed up.
Yes.
Everybody know Eminem. Until Eminem went and got the boogeyman himself from New York City, 50 Cent, number four.
Mm.
And 50 Cent changed the rap game again. I'm talking about this is a trilogy, if you
Yes.
don't know.
Yes. Yes.
50 Cent took over his era. And when I tell you, when 50 Cent took over his era, it did not put a dim light on Eminem. And when Eminem took over his era, it did not put a dim light on Dr. Dre. So what you're looking at right here is what you for real call goats. Because people use that term too
Too
loosely
loosely.
for me. You know,
Yes.
oh, he the goat, he the goat.
No, not really.
Baby, he been doing it for 3 days and he the goat.
2 seconds for real, for real. 2.5
All right,
seconds.
all right, but that's a whole nother show.
We do
But
digress.
each of these men changed the rap game. And when 50 Cent got on, he brought about the G Unit, which was
Yes.
Lloyd Banks. Um,
Yes.
he even had the game in there at some point in time. Um, I forgot what the other one name was. His homie that came out of jail. But anyway, all of these men solidified themselves in the rap game and they piggybacked off of one another. And that just goes to
Hmm.
show you that you can do this. You know, you can help one another in this music game and still stay on top because there's room for everybody. But they were very strategic with who they signed and they stayed in a circle.
Yes, most definitely. It's always about the people that you bring within the fold that know that you don't always have to be a leader. Sometimes you have to be a team player. And there is always room for more than one person to be at the top.
Exactly.
There's
Exactly.
always room, always room, always room. You don't have to fight about it. There's none that going back and forth with violent speech and things. You don't no, you don't have to do any of that. We can all eat at the same table.
Mm-hmm. And to
Everybody
this
can. We can
day,
all eat at the same table.
right, and to this day, they all still like brothers.
Hmm.
They just like this. They, it is what it is. And Nas definitely did his thing. He came out with album after album after album, but I really think that Nas never really got the true accolades for what he was doing. Nas was a conscious rapper of the hood.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, and
Illmatic.
he,
Just say that. Illmatic.
yeah, he came with hit after hit after hit. But you definitely have to have a acquired taste to understand Nas.
Yes.
Let me say
He ain't for
that. Not
everybody.
He's definitely not, and you're not going to understand it if you can't think beyond high and by. Okay. All right. So then we go off into Snoop Dogg,
He
Andre
want me to Snoop.
3000, DMX, Lil Wayne, Busta Rhymes, Ludacris, Kanye West, and Jay Z. I don't see nothing but a bunch of goats right here.
And they are all such intelligent men. They are
Yes,
all so
yes.
intelligent. I listened to Busta Rhymes speak once. He was at a round table. He was on Meet the Press, actually. He was on Meet the Press. I saw Lil Wayne on Meet the Press as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sublimely intelligent. Sublimely
Yes,
intelligent.
yes, yes. Snoop Dogg was definitely a part of the era we just got finished talking about. He was um, bosom buddies with Dr. Dre. Okay, Dr. Dre put Snoop Dogg on, and Snoop
Hmm.
Dogg came out punching like nobody business. And when he was reigning, he changed the game with his music. Let's
Yes.
let's just be for real. Like every time somebody came up under Dr. Dre, they changed the game because Dr. Dre made sure they had the best production and they were
Hmm.
able to be very expressive and handle themselves in a way that an artist can so they can make the best music possible.
They were set up for success, for long-term success, for wealth
Facts,
and not riches. You know what I'm saying?
facts, facts, because all of them still eating. Every single one of them.
Heavy. Big old plates. Big old plates.
Big old plates, yeah. Then we got Andre 3000. Lord, when I tell you, he started off in Atlanta and
Hmm.
he was just Cadillac funky music. Wait a minute, Southern playalistic Cadillac funky music. So with that
Hmm.
title, you can see where he came from, but he evolved into what you see on the screen. He evolved into somebody else that had a different ear. He was producing, he was writing, and when he changed up his music, it really brought him out even more. And to be honest, Andre 3000 never liked his fame. He was doing it for the love of the music. So
Hmm.
him and Big Boy kind of bumped heads. That's why they came out with that double album that time. Speaker Box and The Love Below.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because for one thing, you know, Andre 3000, you know, he started turning into he morphed into like a 1970s rapper.
And I
Like
respected it. I
me
did. I
too.
respected it. It was some love just to like listen to that kind of cadence and that music. It was just like, this is what I needed for my brain to like be able to think. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. However, Big Boy was wanting to hear that boom, 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 and they put it
Hmm.
together and they made classic. They made a classic.
Yes.
All of
Yes.
their albums, in my opinion, very strong opinion, are classics.
Yes.
So straight out of ATL. Then we got DMX. Man, this man right
May
here
he rest
changed
in
the game. Let's be for
may he
real. This
rest in peace.
this man had two number one albums in the same year. I still don't know too many people who did that. Like two number one albums back to back in the same year. That let you know he had a lot of music to get out of his system.
Hmm. I love his music. Loved
Uh,
it. And he
DM,
also made you think as well.
DMX was very intelligent, but he was always fighting demons.
Hmm.
He was
And
always
narcotics.
fighting demons. Yep. He talked about it too. He always
Yes,
was fighting
ma'am.
them demons. Then
Hmm.
we got Lil Wayne who came and just he swept the nation. Like
The
he
things he
reigned.
did to the music game, it was just sickening. Like sickening.
Yeah. He reigned so long in his era that we didn't never think that Lil Wayne would fall off. And you know what? He never would have fallen off if he wouldn't have been doing business with a snake.
Mm-hmm. It's always
And
that one person, ain't it?
the person closest to you that you think got your back.
Mm-hmm. At all times. You gotta watch everything and everybody, it seems, when you in this kind of industry.
That's right. And then the thing is, he didn't necessarily fall off, but I feel like that took a toll on him. So he had to take a step
Mm-hmm.
back. And in the midst of taking a step back, he signed two of the best and hottest artists that have reigned for a very long time as well.
What? Yes.
Nicki
What?
Minaj and Drake.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
I
Come
don't need to
on.
say nothing else. I don't need to say
At
nothing
all.
else.
That's all. That's it.
And mind you, all of these rappers were lyricists. Like Andre, DMX, Lil Wayne, straight lyricists. Snoop Dogg, he was more of a music maker. Like he knew how to make party music. He knew how to
Mm-hmm.
bring the party. He knew how to solidify his voice on that record to make you feel exactly what he was talking about on his records.
Exactly.
He wasn't
Pretty
a
much all.
heavy, yeah, he wasn't a heavy lyricist, but he was a great artist.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. He had
Mm-hmm.
he had it. He had that showmanship and he was just a great artist, period, point blank. Then we got Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes, he actually came from the old school into the new school. Busta Rhymes been
Yes.
around for a long time, what people don't know. And he allowed himself to
Yes.
evolve in his music.
I have my oldest daughter, her favorite artist when she was growing up was Busta Rhymes.
One of
Like for real. She
Go
What'd you
ahead.
say?
No, I was
No, no,
saying
no.
one of his most fire songs is the one he did with Janet Jackson.
In the video.
Yeah. And
Everything.
that beat, that that whole compilation of a song was just sickening. It was sickening.
It wasn't something that you had been seeing before. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? Like you hadn't seen that in the videos and what people were producing. And then I think that was another one, another video. It was a video that actually changed videos, like how they were made and what people visual what you put in the video. You know what I'm saying? How
mm-hmm.
you wanted people to visualize what your music was about. Like, yeah,
Exactly. And
it was scream level.
it was another level. It was in black and white. It had an R&B singer, Janet Jackson, one of the hottest artists ever to make music, and people was in
Period.
awe. They was in awe behind this whole situation. And like I said, the whole arrangement was just sickening.
Hmm.
So, and Busta Rhymes went on to continue to just make music after music. This last album he put out, was it this year or last year? Either way it goes, it's a classic. If you haven't heard it, please go listen to it. It's a classic. It's a classic. Then we got Ludacris straight from the South. Oh no, he brought comedy to videos, in my opinion.
Yes, most definitely.
He made it cool to be funny in your videos, and his songs was still, they were so awesome. Like he is
Hmm.
one of the best lyricists when it comes to making a song that there is,
Yes.
hands down.
Also very highly intelligent man. And I
Mm-hmm.
liked his music because it wasn't about drugs and guns and violence and all of that foolishness. You get so tired of hearing about that narrative, all that negativity that breathes
Yes,
into your system. Like people don't understand that what you listen to resonates within your spirit. And
yes,
I got so tired of listening to our music because it just made me angry. And I
yes,
listened to his music. I was like, okay, move, get up. Okay, let me just bop. Okay, let me just have fun and just relax and just bop to something. I just want to bop. I don't want to be like, no, like I just want to just chill. That's what his music did for me. I
that's
loved, I loved
exactly.
it.
And if you notice, Sunshine, this whole list from the 2000s, we are talking about artists that
Yes.
changed the game and had their own swag. They brought their own
Mm-hmm.
everything to the table to the point where we didn't know what they were going to make next.
Exactly. They all branched. They all are like the grandfathers and fathers of like the new eras of music because they each person branched off. It's like, oh, okay, we doing with this flow. We going to rap like this. We could do, and they branched off into the new generation of hip hop rap music.
Yes, they
Oh,
did. Yes, they did. This was one of the best eras ever. Then we got
yes, it was.
Kanye West before he came a mess. Okay, we this was Kanye West before Ye.
Yes,
Okay,
because we don't like Ye. I don't like
no,
Ye.
no,
I don't like
no.
Kanye.
I like Kanye, but I can't deal with Ye. This was one of the most influential rappers. He
Yes,
came with a story from the get go. Um,
yes,
the way he dressed, the way he produced those records,
yes,
the way that he put that rhyme together with, because he was not like one of those rappers where you're just expecting him to go and use some diabolical word, but he made you think about what exactly he was talking about and the things that he was
exactly.
speaking. He put you in another dimension that you still had not been in with his music.
Mm, mm-hmm. And that's why a lot of people with his antics, you have to look within the message. Sometimes there's no message within the message. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. I love Kanye before everything when he made good music.
I mean, when he came out and told everybody he was a college dropout, he made everybody feel like they could be successful even if they dropped out of
Hmm.
college. Period. Point blank.
Yes, yes. Do you know how it was made to seem that if you did not go to college, you were nothing, that if you picked up a trade or something, you were like beneath and you would never be, and you were always be, especially in the black community, a second class citizen. When like these trade schools, I know a lot, I knew doctors that were working in Starbucks.
Exactly.
Okay. But these
Um,
construction workers got jobs and things like that. You know what I mean?
exactly. I want to give a special shout out to Miss Bobby is in the building. Yes, she
Blessings,
is.
Miss Bobby. How are you?
Yes, Miss Bobby said, good evening. How are you all doing? Miss Bobby, we are doing great. Thank you for coming through. We're definitely giving props to the 2000s rappers that changed the game because we are still
Yeah.
piggybacking off of part two, and we're going to lead up to something. The reason why we got to explain how these rappers that we're talking about changed the game.
Hmm.
And so when Kanye West started Kanye West, another thing that Kanye West did that nobody else was doing. And well, they were doing it, but he took it to another level. When I tell you he started sampling, no, well, yeah, he took it to another level because Dr. Dre was using samples too. But Kanye West started sampling songs and he would speed it up and then he would chop
Yes.
it up in a way that it sounded so good in your ear that you already know who produced that. And it was Kanye West off the top.
He was a genius. He was that man is completely brilliant in all fashions. Like he has
Musically, musically,
come
musically.
yes, yeah, yeah, musically. He's brilliant in so many facets. And it's a shame that he has become what he is because lyrically, like production wise, like the way he can just mix it up and just he's brilliant. He's brilliant. Late Registration was one of my favorite albums
Exactly. Mine too.
and still is.
And then we get to number 12, Mr. Jay-Z, King Underdog. The one nobody wanted to sign, the one
Mhm.
nobody believed in, and he
Mhm.
is one of the only rappers that's a billionaire. He is one of the
Yes.
only rappers that married the baddest chick in the game. And he is one of the only rappers that did it independently, may I
Yes.
add, along with
Yes.
Dame Dash. Along the way, Jay-Z found the formula to he used his street sense and put it towards this music. Okay. He figured
Mhm.
out He figured out the plan and he made it work for him. Even though he's very brilliant and very intelligent, um, I don't know what all happened between him and Dane, but I do know that he just needed to go further up in the ladder. And so he decided it's certain people he couldn't take with him anymore. That's
Very
what I
much
feel
so.
like happened. And they never understood that. They never got it. But anybody that's doing anything in life, you understand that you can't do the same things that you were doing when you're getting ready to move above where
Elevate.
you're already at. And they didn't understand that Jay-Z put on a whole list of rappers as well. Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleak.
Yes, definitely Memphis Bleak.
Yeah, it's a few rappers that he put on, and he actually tried to give them the same hunger he had with the music, but they didn't accept it, and thus 50
Mm-mm.
Cent came and wiped everybody out.
Wipe everybody out.
That's a true story. He told a true story
Yes.
about he told him it's a rapper getting ready to come up. Y'all better get y'all stuff together, and they didn't, and 50
Mm-hmm.
Cent wiped everybody out, honey.
Just yes, just cleaned it all up.
I give so many props to Jay-Z. I got so much respect for him because this man is brilliant, just like Lil Wayne. They do not
Mm-hmm.
write raps. They do not.
Oh.
Let me say that again. They do not write raps. What they do is they feel the music, they formulate what they want to say in their brain, and they may
Mm-hmm.
put part of it down, step back, and come back with another part till you got something that you will never hear again because they could
Mm-hmm.
never repeat it again. They actually have to learn their
Mm-hmm.
own music in order for them to perform it.
Yes.
That's wild to me.
Mm-hmm. But that's
But it's
brilliance.
that's
That's a
brilliance.
story
That's
to tell.
brilliance.
That's a story to
Yes.
tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That
Mm-hmm.
is sheer brilliance.
Sheer brilliance. Then we got a whole nother list coming through. We got
Child.
T.I., Tech Nine, Mos Def, Nelly, Ice Cube, Missy Elliott, Redman, and The Game. T.I. changed the game when he came out as well. Here we got this underground rapper with this music that make you want to dance, and he also come out with the first sound of trap music.
Yes.
When he came out, he introduced the word of trap music. Let's debate about it.
Ain't
Child,
debating.
now we can't get away from the trap music, child.
Okay. Okay.
Like every time
Everything
you
is
turn
trap.
around, we trapping, honey. We got the trap every time we turn the radio on. We trap this, trap that. And not only did he bring about the trap music era, but now there's a whole genre of instrumentals strictly for trap music. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
but T.I., what I like about T.I., he understood the importance of moving from the streets into a more business minded type relationship when it came to the music. And that's exactly what he did, which formulated the grand hustle, the family hustle, and
Mm-hmm.
amongst other
Yes.
things. Now my man
Yes.
is a comedian. He out there doing funny stuff. Like when you evolve like that, it's the thing is you will always have a place in this world to make money.
Mm-hmm. You could tell by the look on his face, he be thinking. And he knows how to make moves. And his alliteration is everything. I love the way he alliterates. Like it's everything to me.
Yes. I'm talking about he gonna bust out and say something that you're gonna be like, where you get that word from?
Boy,
Because
Google. Google. What
a,
does this word mean? How do we spell this word, Google?
a man that dropped out of school, didn't get a high school diploma, sheer intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Naturally smart.
Because at a young age, he wanted to get money. He figured school couldn't give him the information he needed to get that money, which, to be honest, he's telling the truth. It don't
Mm-hmm.
work for everybody, don't get me wrong. But in some
Mm-hmm.
instances, it can be. If you got a hustle mentality about yourself, baby, go get a GED and
And
get that business started, baby, because ain't no need of you
I-
wasting your time going to that school all that
exactly.
time. I'm just saying, if I had a chance to do it all over again, baby, ninth grade, I'm out. GED, start my business. I'm
And
just
there's
saying.
nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. Some people, school just holds you up to certain things, and it doesn't teach you anything. I tell people all the time, if school is not teaching you things that are going to benefit your actual life and what you want to do what you got to do to get that part over with, to do what you want to do with your life. You know what I'm saying? It's not that difficult.
We're gonna talk about a few more of these, then we're gonna move on to the next subject. And matter of fact, I'm gonna pick and choose who I talk about at this point because um we got to move on. So Tech Nine,
Yes.
underrated, very big lyricist, underground rapper, but he never could reach the fame and that a lot of other rappers did. Most Def, same thing. Very
Mm-hmm.
underrated.
Yes.
Great lyricist. And
Yes.
he's more than just music though, as well as a lot of these other artists are. But
Yeah.
let's get into Nelly. Nelly changed the game with that country grammar.
Most. Yes.
He came at a time where there needed the world needed something new, and he brought it. He was the
Mm-hmm.
one that brought it. And when he hit like double mint gum, honey.
I don't
Everybody
know.
was singing that down, down, baby. Don't see it in the rain, rover, boom, boom, baby.
Boom,
Everybody
boom,
was singing that.
baby. Love you, let it go. Yes, that was that song.
And not only that, but we remember that from our childhood. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how you gonna flip out down, down, baby, and all that and put it into a rap song? And then not only that, but he continued to bring hit after hit after hit in his own style. And I loved him for that.
It's all about the content of the music, though. It was about what he was talking about, the vibe he gave off, that happiness, that joyfulness in that music. That's why he like accelerated the way that he did. People get tired of hearing about the same things. They want that happy, something you actually like sit and dance to and bop to and you know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself with. That's what he did to music.
Exactly. Exactly. He sure did. And then we got none other than Ice Cube. There's so many things this man done done.
Yes.
Y'all,
What can't you do?
forget about the music, which we're not going to, but this man has the first certified black-owned basketball league ever. The Big Three just got certified as the only black-owned basketball league. Like,
Can we get a
bro, that's huge.
can we get a
Bro, that's huge. Like,
because we
wow.
need that positivity in our community. You know what I'm
Yes, we
saying?
do. And not only that, he
Yes.
has definitely gave so many jobs to so
Yes.
many athletes that are no longer playing basketball, still got skill at the NBA looks for younger and fresher people every day.
Mm-hmm.
I commend
You
him.
gotta
Not
respect
only
it.
that, but he took off with the movie scene when he came out with Friday.
Yeah.
This man
Listen.
has breed. He is outboxing. He is so he with a line of movies. Then he
Mm-hmm.
started doing children comedy movies.
Yes. What's that called? The are we there yet? That's what it's
Are we
called,
there
right? Yeah.
yet? Yes.
I love that movie now. That movie is hilarious.
And he also was the writer of the most gangster rap group to ever come forth
Ever.
first. NWA. He
NWA.
started NWA. Well, he didn't start it, but he was the writer for NWA, y'all. Yup.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote all them raps for the NWA. He wrote every single rap for Eazy-E. And
Yes.
he was the first one to lead a group because he knew that they was not getting paid what they were supposed to get.
Mm-hmm. He was smart about it.
Mm-hmm.
For real. He knew his worth and walked on.
Not only that, but he probably picked up a book and read some inserts of the music industry. He probably asked some questions as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then
And
we
you know
got
how
none
asking questions
other.
will get you.
Exactly. We got none other than go Elliott. Oh my God.
What she
This
did
lady,
again?
she single-handedly changed the game. And she also told the record label when they got ready to sign her that she couldn't do it without Magoo and Timberland. And then we got a taste of their skills.
Child.
She is a writer. She is a producer. I remember at one point Missy was producing for everybody who had a number one song on the radio.
Yeah, most definitely.
Cause she would
Most
come in with her
definitely.
little 8 or 12 bars, baby, and make it known that baby Missy is in the house. Not
And
only
made it number
that,
one.
exactly. Not only that, she got some of the best videos I've ever seen, hands down.
To this day.
Period. Period.
To
To
this
this day.
day. But all this new finagle bull stuff that they have going on, her videos are still like, but can you do this? But can you do this? You know what I'm saying? That's who it is.
Her style was nothing short of impeccable because nobody had ever did it. She
Mm-hmm.
always was somebody different. You always wanted to see what she was about to do
What she
next.
doing?
She always did
Mm-hmm.
something innovative that nobody had ever thought of doing, period, point blank.
Every single time. She never disappointed. Never, ever disappointed.
And she brought so many different styles to the music game. She could rap, she could sing, she could make love songs. She just did it all. And she
Yes.
she she is a
Yes.
true goat. She is like, wow. I ain't gonna never forget when Superfly came out and I got that album.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Baby, it was like
Yes.
heaven in my ears, baby, because it was something new and fresh. It was so fresh
Mm-hmm.
and new. It was something that I loved it. I loved everything about it. It wasn't a whole bunch of cussing. It wasn't a whole bunch of fighting. It wasn't no shoot 'em up, bang, bang, wet your t-shirt. Baby, it was straight dance. And I'm talking about get down, uh, gossip folks. I'm trying to tell y'all folks, I keep talking, but baby, you're gonna talk
Yes.
anyway, baby.
Yes.
I'm talking about it was
Listen.
so crazy. Look, G
Real
is
good.
so right. Hello, we got G-Lo in the house. G-Lo. She says
Oh,
still a unique artist and still no one can do it today. G-Lo.
at
I ain't
all.
lying, G-Lo. Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. Like this woman, she was made to do this and she is still doing it. I guarantee you, she did. I seen first time I ever seen Lizzo. Missy had produced her song, and I was watching the video, and I was like, before I even knew Missy was in the song, I was like, who is this big girl jamming like this? And out in that jamming, I know here comes Missy jump. I said, come on, Queen. Come on, Queen. You dope. You so dope. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Most
It's
definitely.
just
Most
crazy.
definitely.
Redman, he always brought some humor to what he did, but to me, his music was good for his era and for I think Redman is from the East Coast. But
Yes.
my thing with one of my most favorable things about Redman is how high that man know he made that music
Mm-hmm.
funny.
Yes.
That's a classic.
Red Man, Method Man. Uh-huh.
That's a
Yes,
classic.
classic. Get them.
Get
Yes.
them. I want to give a
Yes.
shout out to Meta Fresh in the building. Hey y'all,
Hey,
caught
what's up?
y'all. That's what's up. Thank you for coming through. We're going through some of these 2000s rappers before we get into you know, because we try to show the people how unique the music was in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm. All the
And
new
I don't care. But before all this other music jumped in. So the game, he was a game changer as well. I don't care what nobody said. When we heard him on that song with 50 Cent, this is how we do. We were like, oh, they nasty. Oh, that sounds so good. I just need the game to just hush. Don't get involved in nothing. Just rap, baby. Just rap.
If
Just
you gotta
rap, baby.
think and talk, don't do it.
Yeah, because see,
Just
that's
don't
when
do
a
it
lot of these artists start messing up when they start talking too much. Don't nobody want to hear that verbiage.
at
All
all.
right. So as you can see, we got Ghostface Killer, J. Cole, Common, Method Man, Fabulous, Twister, LL Cool J, Jada Kiss. I want to stop on somebody particular because this person never get the proper accolades for his style, and that is Mr. Twister. Twister is the best fast rapper there is, period, point blank,
Period.
hands down. I don't care. You can put him up against Busta Rhymes. You can put him up against Tech Nine. You can put him up against anybody. Ain't nobody done whoop Twister yet.
Never, and they never will.
And when I tell you Twister's style is so unique,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God. This man rap style is one of one. One of one.
One and done. One and
One
done.
of one. All of these rappers you seen up here, they set their trend, but we got to shorten it just to keep it moving. But every single one of these rappers, I could say something about them. And I also want to say that Jada Kiss got a voice that you ain't never heard in your life. The Kiss of Death. The Kiss of Death so serious.
I love Kiss. Like he's the guy right there. I love Kiss.
Yes. And I
He's
must
from
also
the Locks.
Yes, he's from the Locks. And I also must say that Common, he gave every rapper, I'm talking about in the midst of all this, every rapper that didn't want to go into, they didn't want to go to gangster, they just wanted to be positive. That's that dude right there. That's that dude.
Most definitely.
That's that dude. Like, and he made you listen. He made you listen. Like,
he made you think. That's what I liked about Common. He makes you think. I enjoy music. I enjoy music with the beat of it all. That's nice. But what matters to me is what you have to say. And Common always had something to say that resonated. That's why
yes,
I
he
love
did.
Common, Most Def. You know what I'm saying? I love them. Ghostface, love Ghostface. Love Ghostface.
Yes. I'm talking about some of the best rappers I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking about, yes. Straight. I'm talking about some era that we will never see again. All right. Go ahead and say Young Jeezy took trap music to the next level. After T.I. introduced it, he solidified it. Okay? When I tell you, I was living in Montgomery, Alabama, and I could not go down the street without hearing, last time I checked, I was man on these streets. Carbon residue, I leave blow on these beats. Man,
Stamp.
that man, he killed it.
Stamp.
He killed it. And let me add this. He was not a good rapper, for real. But he had
that swag.
This swag about himself, and his voice on that record with that beat, untouched. Matter of fact, he'll say some stuff and it didn't even rhyme.
I'll be like, what you that well, we're gonna leave it alone now because it sounds good. It sounds good. We're gonna leave it alone. We ain't gonna talk about it.
Did nobody
we ain't
care?
Gonna talk about it. Because it sounded good. It was like, oh, I didn't know that orange and tomato sounded like that together.
Facts. Like, Bro really killed his era in music, like up, straight up. So then we
Yes,
got T-Pain, who came and changed the game again. He changed the
that's
game.
my guy.
When I tell you he introduced us to auto tune, big
Oh
ups to you,
yes.
T-Pain, because when he came out, I'ma buy you a drink, man.
Oh, we
I'ma take you
what you
home with me. I got money in the
got money
bag.
in the
Show them what you
bank. Tell me
think
why you
about that.
like that. In the great
Bro,
Cadillac. What?
when I
What?
tell you I went to his concert, oh my God.
Dirty on the dance floor. Dirty on the dance floor.
Mm, mm, mm.
Oh, oh. And you ever heard the song Church? Yo, that song Church. He was like, I love that song. That's a we want to go like
Oh
this.
no.
That's the song you listen to.
All I know is he produced many hits and he came so unique. His style was one of one. He definitely, as you can see, all these people really brought something so crazy to the music game that we didn't have no choice but to rock out during this time. And not only did we have hot rap music, we got some of the best R&B music of the 2000s, may I add.
Yes.
We're just talking about
Yes.
rap right now, but baby, we got some of the best R&B music.
We should hey, next let's do some R&B next.
With that thigh out,
Hold on.
oh my God, they came with it. They came with it. Man, we go with Outkast. We talked about them a little bit when we got on Big Boy and them. And Andre. Scarface was another one. Man, look at him. All the finer things. When they did that song, it was him, the dude, and it was Tila. Man, they straight killed that song. Not only that, when he came out with the song Mary Jane, straight game changer. I
Mm-hmm.
still listen to that to this day. And then on 40, we're gonna stop right there before we can talk about the GOAT himself, Mr. Drake. When I tell you Drake changed the game for the simple fact he brought himself to the forefront. He didn't try to be like nobody else. He sung to the women. He made it okay for for saying to the women, and the women was feeling that. Baby, look at him. Not only that, but he took so many records in
Mm-hmm.
the music game because he came so different. And it's not like he borrowed anything from nobody. He came with his own style, his own, like he solidified himself 100 because he was different. Because round about the time Drake came out, we were starting to see people copying people.
Mm-hmm.
That was around by the time people they was just looking for a quick check, so they would
Mm-hmm.
copy people. And Drake came and swept the world because he did his own thing.
Mm-hmm. His own sound, moved his own ways. You
Yes,
get
he
tired of hearing
did.
the same thing. When people you heard like every song, it was like the same thing, the same beat, the same cadence, the same tones. Even sometimes it was like it's the same song. Just you switch the word around. Like this is just change the channel. But when Drake came, it was like, oh, I like this. Oh, okay, Drake from Degrassi. Okay, okay, from Degrassi. Okay.
Right, because people was not expecting for Drake to even come the way he did. But see,
Mm-hmm.
he had something that a lot of rappers didn't have at that time no more. He had success. You gonna do whatever it takes to get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm at in life right now. I'm hungry for success.
Most definitely.
And when you hungry for success, you gonna move something, baby. You gonna move something.
Most definitely.
So it's safe to say in the 2000s we got a lot of unique rappers. And I want to go Also, I want to do this. I want to partially talk about this before we jump. Baby, the Young Bloods. The Young Bloods was a rap group that came because of Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. When I tell you Lil Jon and the East Side Boys killed the crunk era.
Yes.
Whenever I need to get crunk, I just turn on Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
Most definitely. To this day.
To this day. They killed that era. And if somebody got a song out right now, I can't remember who it is, but I heard it yesterday. They did a remake of Bia Bia, and it sounds good.
Really?
Yes.
I gotta go check that out. I have to go check that out. I have to.
It sounds good. I'm telling you. I was like, oh, I can go download this.
Hold on, I'm about to look for that right now.
Then he brought along Lil Scrappy. Okay. Then I don't know who Savage is, y'all. I'm sorry, honey. Somebody gonna have to tell me. I don't know who Savage is, y'all. Then we got Baby Bad. She came through with a fresh wind. Shot Boys, Party Like a Rock Star. Baby, I was at this time real hard. Mike Jones came through with his era. One thing he says, my mom told him, but he keeps saying your name so they remember your name.
Exactly.
Chameleon out, they see me rolling. They hating. Yep. Trying to catch me riding dirty.
Riding dirty. That was that song right there.
And let me add that this is a brilliant man. He took his money and he invested it. And baby, he is one of the top entrepreneurs in the world. I got to give Birdman his props. This man came with a vision straight from the streets into the studio and produced some of the best rap music that ever came out in the world, because it had style and but this also birthed the era of the stunting. Look what I got. You can't do it like me. I must say, they were jamming now because they had some of the hardest beats and some of the hardest songs I ever heard, because Manny Fresh was on that beat. But this birthed something that corroborates what we're talking about, why rap music turned into what it's turned into.
The birth of the envious nation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The birth of people down because they didn't have what they had and they wanted to deep into their suffering, so they went to the drugs and the alcohol and the violence. But you know.
Yes, man. They had some of the best beats. They made you want to get crunk, but they also made you want to get high and do drugs. Let's just be real. This is when we start to see the change in the music, y'all. This is it right here. This is it right here. This era right here. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So even though we had all this good music, we also had a dark side of the music. And they was neck and neck. They was neck and neck. Yes. Snap your fingers. Do your step. You can do it all by yourself. I ain't lying, friends. You know what to say. But do y'all remember when memes came out? This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. That was a very innovative song. Everybody was singing it. Wiz Khalifa, he came out in a great era, did his thing. I liked him because he wasn't trying to be gangster. He was just being him. All we know is he wanted to get high every day.
And that's all. And that's all he do. And he find new ways to get high.
And he made good music.
Yes. Flow Rider.
Flow Rider was another one. Made good music. Made you want to hit that dance flow.
And that's what it was about for me. I want to dance.
Me too. I want to dance. Got them apple bottom jeans, boots with the bird, baby. They still be playing that.
Sure do. I still play my daggone stuff. Child, please.
Yes. Then it was the G's Boys. What song did they have?
With the
Stanky Lit.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. See,
Stinky leg.
I don't be knowing that. They name stuff now, child. It be
Yeah, they
too.
had Stinky Leg. That Stinky Leg came through, and that was another little era. Remember that it was an era where everybody wanted to start dancing.
Yes, and I love that era. Keep it dancing, keep it light and funky. I love that.
Yes, Miss Emerson said they kept me on the floor, honey. Yes,
Period.
thank you for coming through, Miss Jemison. So,
Blessings, Miss Jennifer.
and the new boys had you a jerk, you a jerk,
I
you a
know.
jerk.
Uh-huh. That was my phone because it was the truth.
Then we had D4L, which also brought about Shawty Low. Baby, Shawty Low, one of the best Southern rappers, came through that thing, baby. He solidified his flow, and he did it. He did it. He did it. But let's get on this D4L. Shake that Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy. I'm talking about straight dancing all night long. Fabo had you getting down. Then Unc came through it. Walk it out, walk it out, walk it out, baby. Girl, if listen,
This
I
is
ain't gonna
like
lie
the
to you.
era of dancing. All the dances that Black people created with these songs that are trends and everything now, you had to love this era of music. You really did.
Serious, baby, we got a chance to dance
Yes.
and have a good time.
Yes. That's what it was all about.
Then Lil Boosie. Baby, that's that other side that we were talking about. The man came with some hits, but baby, when you got to listen to Boosie, ain't no telling what you wanted to do or what you thinking about doing.
I don't know if I wanted to like do a high speed car chase, wanted to go home, get crunk. Like I don't know how I was feeling that good day. I don't know.
Luke brought some good music, but he also that other side that we talking about because he was in that street life, that street era. Where these young men in these streets and they coming up, they getting this money, and baby, they was telling them stories, telling them stories about what was going on.
They wasn't no gangsters. They was real, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't studio thugs. You know what I'm saying?
And then that's right. Then we got the franchise boy. Lean with it. Rock with it. Lean with it. Rock with it. Yep.
Yeah. Still that song. Yep. Still that song. Still that song.
Then y'all Hewitt, I don't know no other song, but I know Pop, Lock, and Drop It.
Yes.
Pop, Lock, and Drop It.
That's the only song I know. That's the only song.
I don't know now, but I remember that one.
Yes, that's all I know.
I sure do. I sure do. Then y'all know Soulja Boy. I got to give him his props. Soulja Boy definitely has been goated.
Yes, most definitely. The moves that man makes, I give him mad props. Hustle on a beat and a half. Rock heavy.
And y'all know if y'all hear that Soulja Boy, tell him, come on, you gonna finna start trying to do that dance. Soulja Boy business. Oh, watch me crank and wipe me up. You gonna start trying to do that, crank that Soulja Boy.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah, I got to give him his props. Lil Mama, she had a nice little cute little era. I'm gonna tell you what messed Lil Mama up when she got on that stage with Jay-Z.
Bobby, we gonna talk about. Come on, girl. We're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna let that girl get over that. You understand?
Okay.
We're gonna let her live that down in 2022, okay? In 2023, we are not gonna talk about how she hopped up on that stage like she owned it, like she was supposed to be there with the.
Yeah, she didn't know no better.
What verse was you on, sis? What verse was you on? Okay, never mind. Girl, just loud and wrong. Just loud and wrong.
Yes.
All right.
She said, you. No, Lil Mama. Fresh talking about some Jay-Z messed her up, baby.
Child.
Taylor Rain in the house. What's up, Taylor Rain? How you doing? How you doing? I'm definitely gonna be inboxing you. I need to get you on the show for before October is out because of your artistry with that makeup. Most definitely. All right, so listen. All right, so this is what I got to say about Lil Mama, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Lil Mama is a excellent lyricist, and she is
Yes,
a great dancer. That's the
yes,
only thing that stained her career is that. But other than that, Lil Mama is an artist, baby,
yes,
and
she
not
is.
only that, but she is a great actress.
Yes, she is. That movie she did when she was a woman of
Of the
ill.
night,
Yeah, she was lit. Not see, you say lady of the night, you think of common girls, the streetwalkers of such. She was one of those stripper like I mean the pole dancers, and
yeah,
she was
yeah,
into nefarious deeds with her boyfriend. And it was
yes,
like a true story too. It was wild, y'all. It was wild. It was good. She did a whole nother
yes.
movie too. It was really I forget the name of the other movie she was in. I watched them both. She's a really good actress. She should stay
Yeah.
there.
But you know what?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't. I
That's
didn't.
what got her out her slump. That good acting that she did. Cause
Yes.
that poor baby had gotten a slump real bad. Because she had went on the Breakfast Club and cried and stuff, and baby, they made memes about a child.
She
So
was acting a fool. That's how she knew she could act in movies.
I'm
She
through with
acted
you.
like she owned that stage when she should have acted like a viewer and sat in that seat. I'm done talking. Come on, come on. We got to move. We got to move on. We got to move
Uh,
on.
Dora music. Let's talk about that ice cream paint job, baby. When I'm telling you, if they play that to this day, I be feeling like I'm on a car with wheels big as 40s.
Bastard.
Clean on the that song right there is definitely an international hit.
Yes.
He can't. I don't care if he don't never make now another song. That song right there is a hit, baby.
It's gonna be hitting over and over because I mean you didn't you that it was a song that you needed for that time. It's like okay,
Yeah,
we about to yes. That's
most
the
definitely.
thing. We were so tired of that angry roar, that all of this coming in, this happiness, that bounce. It was everything.
Jim Jones came with that bowling. Baby, look, he ain't gotta never make now another good song. I guarantee you when you see him, you gonna say bowling. He
Period.
came with that. I don't care if he don't never make now another good song in his life. That song right there
Hmm.
solidify him in the rap game. Cause all it takes is one good hit, and baby, people gonna remember you.
It's called the one hit wonder for a reason.
Yes, 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 yes. I love that song. I still love it.
We ain't
Young
got to
Dro,
wonder what happened to him. His mama happened to him.
child, child. Young Dro, definitely a great lyricist. I still feel like he didn't never reach his top level, but he came up on Ti. He definitely did a lot of good songs. And
Hmm.
Young Dro, if you listen to him rap, the man is brilliant with the words. Period. Period. Yeah, he had Shoulder Lean. That's one of his songs, but he also had a few more. I just can't remember all of them. But
That's the one I could think. I was sitting here trying. That's the only one I know about. Child.
all right, so let's talk about Bow Wow. We're gonna leave move on, but the music kids. He definitely proved that if you are a kid, that you can come with music and become very popular.
Mm.
Because when I tell you, he reigned so hard in the 2000s.
Child. The
I'm talking
biggest hit
about
was.
yes, and I'm talking about 106 in Park. That was his show.
Period.
Yeah,
Period.
that was
He
his
ran
show.
the whole show. Like he just ran it through. There was nobody else, and then it was him. You know what I'm saying? That's all there is. I did. I loved Bow Wow back in the day. I loved him. Loved him. Not that much.
Yeah, yes, yes. Lil Bow, you just don't know. LOL, I loved him. I ain't lying. I love Lil Bow Wow with that puppy love. And
Yeah.
you know, I say I love that fella. LOL, little now wow. He just don't know.
He be on one.
It's so sad when you start to see these young actors or young artists start to grow up, they start to lose themselves because they try to prove something. They try to prove, I'm grown now. I don't have to make that little baby music no more. I don't have to do that baby acting. And then they kind of start to lose, you know what I'm saying, they self. And Bow Wow, okay, we got you, sis. We got you, sis. And they start to lose themselves. That's how they start to lose their audience, because he was doing good even when he made that song with Ciara. But it's kind of like after that song, he kind of just started getting shaky in the leg. You know what I mean?
You try to, because when people see you grow up, it's like, oh, he's so little. Oh, look at the cute little 12-year-old. He's like, I'm grown. Like, I'm gonna prove to you that I'm grown. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But it's just like, you don't have to do that. Just stay true to who you are, and the people that want to see you evolve will evolve with you. You don't have to be people that you're not to, you know what I mean, to get on.
Well, that's what Ray J said. Ray J said that he would tell his younger self to do more tap dancing and stop trying to tap all them honeys. He said there's a lot of things that he could do. And he wish he would have sung more, but he was trying to prove that he was this thug and, he could do this and do that. And he didn't pay his career enough attention.
But that's what they have these little young black boys do. They want them to be like that thug and take them, make them younger and younger. So the younger generations, look that boy, like he like 10 years old in that picture.
He was.
Got little 10-year-old boys, exactly. You got little 10-year-old boys want to talk about something. They a thug this, they a thug that, with all that anger and violence, and that's what they want to perpetuate. They want you to go from the crib to the schoolyard to the prison yard.
Yeah, well, actually, he was 13. He was 13 when he came out. Sunshyne,
looking like he's 10.
Yeah, Shania said he just so darn cute. He was. Baba was a cutie baby, and then he started getting older women at him.
That always bothered me. It's like,
it didn't look right. It didn't look right to me. But we got to remember, Bow Wow around about that time, he was about 16. He just looked like he was about 12.
And still, y'all grown behind over the age of 18 women should not be behaving in that fashion behind this small child. I'm just saying. That is a small child. Just got to break up his teeth and just stop. Girl, go ahead now. Girl.
Then it said the music just started changing and Bow Wow sound still sounded the same. That's what killed Bow Wow. That's one of the things that killed Bow Wow, because he didn't stay true to himself. Shania said thirsty. Yes, they was thirsty. They were thirsting on that little child.
Dehydrated.
One of the videos, he still was dancing, and then you got this girl with the big booty coming in, swinging and banging all that. And I'm like,
I wanted to call the law because that looked like the SA right there. Ma'am, do you know how old that predatory child? It's a predator. To catch a predator. That's what that show was, to catch a predator.
I ain't gonna lie. When I seen it, I was okay. All right. Okay. I guess ain't old enough for that. That's what I was thinking to myself when I was seeing his videos when he was starting to grow up, because he still looked like a child. I was like, is he old enough for that type of stuff? Okay, I guess.
But then it puts you in that mind frame of, like, when they do these other type of videos and they use the younger looking people, it's like, it always seems so, it was disturbing to me, because you always talk about these men being the pedophiles. Women do the same thing. Like, women assault children as well. And it's like, are y'all minds right? Because you can see he looks like a baby.
Women can be predatory. Women can be predatory.
Yes, that's how my feeling.
Fresh said, yep, he tried to be a gangster rapper, baby, but that was not for him. And you are so right. Like, honestly, only thing is, Bow Wow should have kept, if he, because see, Soulja Boy tried to do that too. And y'all see Soulja Boy music fell off tremendously. My thing is this, we used to you dancing. The world is used to you dancing. We used to you making fun music. When you trying to cuss and all that, people just don't be feeling it. Just don't be feeling that. So there's many other rappers that we didn't just get a chance to go down the list, but David Banner, Murphy Lee, Paul Wall, Lloyd Banks, Jaquan, on the Tipsy by Jaquan.
Mm-hmm.
Game, Jules Santana. So Plies really changed the game. Yes, he did. Yes, he
Yes.
did. Bubba Sparks changed the game. We thought he would be out
Yes.
there. Pablo changed the game.
Yes.
And I don't know much about Daddy Yankee, but I definitely have heard of him.
Loved it.
Pitbull,
Mm-hmm.
Sean Paul, all these people changed all the same. It was a lot of dancing, but in the 2000s, I must say there was this dance side. Then it was this street trap music starting to take. You know what I'm saying? It's flight
Mm-hmm.
along with the street music as well, and the drugs had started to be introduced into the music. A lot of vulgarity was in the music around about this time. So we was getting like but we didn't have to tune in to just one thing. We got a wide variety. Okay. So around about this time also is when we start to really sink our teeth into a lot of beefs. Because you remember Tupac and Biggie,
Mm-hmm.
they had beefed.
Mm-hmm.
And once they had their beef, baby, there were beefs on top of beefs on top of beefs. And let's hit on that just for a second. Because as we know, everybody after Tupac and Biggie died, the world was just scared. Because for one thing, the media blew that beef up so bad.
Yes.
That's why the men end up dead.
Yes. They took that to the most astronomical places, and it just like it's like a avalanche effect. Like it was a
Yes.
snowball effect. It was one little song that just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it was just a mess. It was tragic the way that people allowed, because that was allowed to happen. That was allowed.
Yes. Yes. And also, but before the show is on, I want to give a shout out to Shanada, who definitely put me in the game for my birthday. As
Yes.
y'all can see for my hair, I am representing for the cancer cure and the domestic violence, honey.
Yes.
So
Stop.
I didn't even think about that till I was in Walmart today. And somebody said, you represent for both of them this month. We got domestic violence and we got cancer. I was like, boom, you are right. So
Is
if
it
you need,
this month as well? This month?
yes, domestic violence and cancer, yes.
No. I said autism awareness. Is that this month as well?
I'm not sure. I'm not
Let me
sure.
check. Let me check.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
autism is purple as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and Fred said, "Yep, bro, the media." So they felt like they had to retaliate. Yes, they did. Yes, they.
Because you can't be talking about gangster rap and be a punk.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Fred said, "I love it. Thank you, I appreciate it." And Miss Jazzy said, "Yes, that was good right there. Yes, yes, yes." Because I didn't even. It wasn't even on the mind. I had already told you ahead of time what I wanted. We had already discussed this like last year. So, but yeah, so with all the music going on like that, these people will feel like we got to retaliate. We got to, because after Tupac and Biggie had passed, people was like scared. Like if you remember, P. Diddy went in just basically shut down.
Yes.
Like he started making different type of music. It wasn't all that what he had going on. But yet and still, after that, new beefs had birthed themselves. So then we got what? Jay-Z versus Nas. All right. Who y'all think won the beef? I personally say Nas won, y'all.
I say Nas won hands down. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is. Ether was a Sheetha. It was child. It was everything you needed.
Everything. It was a killer.
Everything.
It was a killer.
A massacre.
Yeah.
From top to
So
bottom, the time he opened his mouth until he dropped that mic, it was beauty.
yeah, yeah. So once again, we had Tupac and Big. After that happened, then we had the Nas and Jay-Z situation. Okay. It said the seeds of disputes were planted in 1996 when Nas failed to appear at a recording session for Jay's legendary debut album, Reasonable Doubt. Nas' sophomore record included at least Sunshyne inspired by his rival. The beef took another step in 1997 when Jay-Z anointed himself New York City's MC following the death of B.I.G. Jay-Z associated Memphis Bleak took aim at Nas, and in 2001, Jay ripped into Queensbridge's product on Takeover, a track from his sixth album, The Blueprint. Nas's response, possibly the greatest diss track in hip-hop history,
It is.
Ether,
Yes.
the vicious attack took aim at Jay-Z's full Rockefeller roster and was seen as a knockout blow on the streets. Not one to go down quietly, Jay-Z responded with Super Ugly, a deeply personal response that earned the rapper a public reprimand from his own mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, as you can see, honey, they had went to war. Then we had 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Lord have mercy, 50 Cent. Ended this man rap. Yeah. he ended his rap career, y'all. He did it. He did it.
Yes, he most certainly did.
Fred said Nas, yes.
All day.
Shania said, yep, that was too much for my mental. And Jay-Z won that LOL. That's my hubby. Baby, listen, Jay-Z is one of one, baby. Look. A friend to us, 50 Cent ruined Ja Rule, baby.
He canceled him, okay? He canceled him.
He canceled, he did, but before cancel culture had got cancel culture put in place, he canceled that man.
And it's still to this day canceled. You know how petty. Did you see what that man did with his concert? He bought the rose, and he just petty. Yeah. To this day, he just petty. I think Ja Rule should make movies like he been doing and call it a day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, honey, something happened, honey. And meet me. All right. Like I said, when we was talking about the Sunshine, Meek Mill had the skills to annihilate Drake. But he fed into the social media foolishness, and Drake wiped him out with the music.
This was an embarrassment to the city right here, because as we just wanted him to be quiet, just make the songs, and just don't say nothing else. Just don't say nothing. Just don't talk. Just rap.
Well, you're right. Like, hush, because for whatever reason, I think they little beef came over Nicki Minaj. What you think?
Most definitely.
It said, it started with a tweet from Meek Mill. Stop comparing Drake to me. 2, he don't write his own raps. The accusation set off a flurry of finger pointing and threats. Before long, Drake's supposed ghostwriter was unmasked and waiting. And Drake's long No 40 should be framed the Toronto native as more than a rapper, and therefore not beholden to the codes and customs that shape the community, which is very true. Mm-hmm. Drake unleashed a lot of other things other than just a rapper, you know. And then came the diss tracks. Drake released Charged Up in 2015 in July. Before Meek had an opportunity to respond, he hit him with that back-to-back. Oh, Lord, that's what took him out right there.
Yes, it did.
I got the drink in me going back-to-back. Oh, my goodness.
It was a shame. I would just don't say nothing, me. Just be quiet and go take that L like the man that you almost are. Just do that and call it a day.
So by the time Meek Mill unleashed Wanna Know, the damage was done. Drake became known as formidable opponent in a feud despite his reputation for softness. Baby, he just did him bad. It was just he killed him. Then we
Mm-hmm.
got NWA versus Ice Cube. They were mad because Ice Cube walked because he had enough sense to know that they weren't getting paid. And
Facts.
baby,
And took all their
whatever
talent, took
he
all the
did,
talent with him.
yes, he did. Took just leave him alone now. Just leave him alone. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just leave him alone. So it said by 1993, the rest of NWA, well, first of all, Cube hit him with the No Vaseline, a 5-minute tirade featured on his second full-length album, Death Certificate. You know what I'm saying? Because
Child.
after he had left, they were talking smack about him. And by 1993, NWA had disbanded and the feud was over. But they come to find out that he was correct.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna talk about all the beefs anymore because we just here now showing you that hip hop had great music. Hip
Mm-hmm.
hop started introducing gangster rap, drugs, and all these things, and then the beefs started to come back, right? And not only that, but if you had a beef, you were guaranteed almost to go to the top of the charts because everybody was tuned in to what you had to say. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So we had 50 Cent in the game. The game didn't do bad at his beef, but I'm a 50 Cent fan, so I was going for 50 the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Cardi B and Nicki Minaj beef. I'm not too far. Cardi B way more than Nicki.
Yeah.
The only thing with Nicki, I was just tired of that same old. You know what I'm saying? With her,
That
Nicki is a
stuff.
talented. She's talented,
Very
but
much.
like she lost me with the Barbie dolls. Child, I ain't nobody trying to play with no Barbie doll. I'm over that. I was
Mm-hmm.
looking for something else, and that's what Cardi B gave me.
Cardi B is more raw and more authentic to me. I don't feel like she's trying to put on any airs. She doesn't have anybody to fake or fraud for. Like she is authentically herself, and she gives it to you. Like she really was like the breath. Because I've been following Cardi since she was on World Star. So she was in the
Yeah,
strip club. I've been following Cardi B, and she was like such that raw street. Like I'm telling it like it is. I'm not going to fraud for nobody. I'm gonna tell you where I came from, and I can show you that I came from the gutter and I came from here through hard work. Like I loved her. I not love passes. I love Cardi B. I'm not.
yes,
I used to be a fan of Nicki Minaj, but she became a mean girl to me, and I'm not with that mean girl stuff. And that Barbie, that pop vibe, I wasn't with it. And Cardi was just everything I needed. Everything.
right. You're right, Chanel. You're right. Ice Cube just woo. He said, "Yep, there you go." I said they was made up to go up. Yes, that's right. That's right. There was. Yes, let's talk about Nick and Cardi. Baby, listen to him. Sunshine said Cardi was that breath of fresh air that we all needed because we had no female that was stepping up to the plate.
At
Like
all.
we had misses and all that and stuff, but like she was just reigning supreme, and I was like, I wasn't even listening. The last time I was listening to Nicki Minaj was when she did it on them.
Girl.
That's my ish.
Period.
Baby.
Number twos in the air. If you did it on what? Oh, it's my sons. That's the Nicki I bangs with.
Me
This
too.
Nicki right now.
But when she got talking about that boom, the boom, 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 the boom, boom, bass,
I'm not all that. I'm not all because this is what happened. She had to go through a different audience. She really
yes,
did. Like when
yes,
she went to that whole pop audience, that's where all the money came from on some real tea. All
yeah,
that pop, the barbs and things. That's what I'm not with all that goofiness. I'm really not.
Me
And her
either. I don't
problem
like
is
that.
she had so many years of being the only hip hop, only rap female artist, period. She didn't. I don't like how she ain't like pay her proper respects and pay homage to the queen that is. You know what I'm saying? However, she had what 10 years of being the illest female rapper in the game, hands down. I give it to her. However, when the likes of Cardi came,
Hmm.
she wasn't ready because
Yeah.
Cardi is just so raw. And that rawness, people, I only listen to real people. Cardi is a real person. Like her life, like her hardships, her struggles, like her happiness, her sadness, everything. She is so real and raw and just everything that we need to show like what we used to show. Like we come from this struggle. However, I bust my behind. I did what I listen. I scrubbed toilets with a toothbrush to feed and get on, and and look what that got me. Look what that got me. Look where I am right now. I love Cardi B.
And
You
not
know, I'm
only that, but
Cardi.
she lived her life. She lived her life out loud in front of the world. She got
Yes,
cheated. She got cheated on, man. Built a family. Like,
yes,
I don't care if Cardi B write a song with her toe, baby. If it sounds good, I'm with it, because one thing about music, it evolves.
yeah.
It's not that Cardi can't write, but with everything she got going on, baby, why not hire a writer so I can go ahead and move into what I need to move into? Because she got so much going on. She was a whole new mom. She ambassador of many products. And not only that, honey, y'all know she y'all know she be in court, honey, because she still got hood in her, honey.
Yes. But my whole thing
So
is, don't everybody need a job? People that
yeah,
see this is where teamwork comes in. She's the talent, and they're the talent.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? We all can eat. We can all eat.
And see, another thing that I don't like how she going after all these girls. Like, why is you going after Mulatto? Mulatto is a baby under you.
That's what she's a bully. She is a bully. I do not like I said, she's a mean girl. She's a mean girl.
Child.
She will pick and she gonna pick and choose what she gonna do, and she has all her little barbs. People that ain't got nothing to do on a good day that will go and attack people and spread all kinds of vitriol about them. And that's even, and her fans are another reason I can't deal with that kind of behavior. It's just too uncouth for me. It's just uncouth.
Right. Nicki Minaj got them Lil Nas X's behind the scenes doing all that fussing and fight. That's why I said, let the fans fuss and fight. Y'all don't have to get involved in
No.
that. You know what I'm saying? She faked Nicki, and
Nikki.
she not intimidated. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
intimidated. And then Fresh said, girl, she just old and can't write no more because Safari gone. So she wanna come for the young ladies. Girl, cause Glorilla and Cardi B went up, baby. Do you hear me?
Up and it's
Yeah.
stuck and it's up and it's stuck. My
And
bad.
I still have not heard the remix that Nicki Minaj got with all these little off-name brand rappers. I still ain't heard the remix.
Not,
Matter of fact, I'm gonna go listen to it after we get off the show.
did you call
Because
them? No, hold on. Hold on. Did you call them the off name brand artist?
yeah, because I don't know now one of them for who is Akbar child. I don't know who that is.
She makes my, she got ran out of Philly. I know that much. We ran her out of here. You can't come here, baby girl. You had to go home where you come from. Don't come here with that foolishness. She had to go.
And I don't mean to diss them. All I'm saying is, y'all, we don't even know who y'all is. And y'all trying to come for Cardi too. Like, sit down. Like, Cardi is a
Oh,
Libra, like me, baby. And we don't bother folks. But, baby, we're going to finish that beef for you, baby. We're going to finish it for you.
my whole thing with Cardi is Cardi ain't never started nothing with nobody, never. That's why I love her. I love Cardi. She don't never start nothing. People come for her all day, and then she get tired and be like, listen. And then cause she be vicious. Child, I be like, girl, you
Never
should never
heard of
do that. But I be like, yes, you should have. But you shouldn't have said that, but you should have. I be conflicted. You know what I'm saying? I be conflicted.
And see, a lot of stuff that's going on with these artists today, like, I would rather them just hush and make music.
Yes. And that's my problem. I be listening to what you have to say. Now, Cardi, she is so with the elections, the way she went hard to paint with the elections,
Yeah.
I love her even more because she's super intelligent. That's what people don't understand about her anyway. She's a political science major. Yes, I know
Yeah,
Cardi B. She's
yeah.
highly.
And let's move on to Lil Wayne versus Birdman. Lil Wayne won because Lil Wayne was the artist, and he was one of one. He brought Cash Money out of what they was going through, and he also was supposed to be your son. And
Mm-hmm.
you claim that, you know what I'm saying, he was so this and that to you, and he showed you nothing but loyalty, and
Mm-hmm.
then you spit on him. Birdman, shame on you.
Trifling.
Your career ain't been the same since you did that to Wayne too. Let's just make sure we say that.
Ain't nothing but karma though. Ain't
Yeah.
nothing but karma.
And that's why Lil Wayne went through what he went through, his hair and stuff, why he looked like that now. Cause
Mm-hmm.
that bothered him. I know it did. I know it
Stress.
did. Cause he was
Stress.
loyal. He was stressed. So baby Roxanne Shante, she won. She won. Cause
Yeah.
baby, she was the hottest young female rapper out, and baby, they couldn't understand. They couldn't stop her. She won.
Hands down.
The bridge was that was let's see, New York versus Queens, baby. That's a little bit for our time, for real. And we'll
Yeah.
have to explain that on another day. But it wasn't really no real big beef. It was just who started hip hop. That's where that beef came from.
Mm-hmm.
Eminem versus the Source. Eminem won because he tore Benzino up. Remember, Benzino was the owner of the Source magazine, child, but he tore him up. Then there was Lauryn Hill versus Wyclef. Baby, I hate like hell that group broke up because they made some of the best music. But this is what happened when you sleep with the people that you signed with.
Uh-huh. Most
Lauryn
definitely.
Hill and Wyclef should have never. First of all, that was so married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he made all these promises to Lauryn Hill that he was gonna do this and do that. He never did it, and she became so depressed. Even though some good music came out of it, but she didn't come out with nothing else after that. Mm-hmm.
I want to sing in my Tony Braxton voice. It's just another sad love song rocking the brain. And that's crazy because she's all torn up. My bad.
Yeah,
I'm still mad at Lauren. I have a personal beef with Lauryn Hill. A personal beef. But we ain't gonna talk about personal beef, we ain't gonna talk about that. She owe me a concert. That's all I want to know. That's all I gotta say. She owe me a concert. That's all I gotta say.
Listen, baby. Yeah, it went down. It went down. Yep, Libra gang all day, every day. Yep, and they miss Wayne up. Roxanne, they isn't the one ready for that. Yep, brocade mixed business with pleasure. Gotta keep it strictly business. Those are the facts. And said, man, yeah, sad case. It was because he really broke Lauren's heart. That's what happened. Her heart got broken. She believed in that man. And baby, but you know, it's just a lesson to be learned. Women, a married man ain't gonna leave that
at all.
If he's still you have relations, he ain't gonna leave that wife, baby. I don't care what you say, baby. At all. It's like a 1 in a 10 chance, baby.
Because it's cheaper to keep her. Let's be honest.
Look Kim and Foxy Brown, baby. Look at him. Lil' Kim is the queen supreme, baby. If you go back and listen to her music, ain't nobody touching Lil' Kim, but I like Lil' Kim. I don't like Sue Kim. Because when she changed to how she looked, we just couldn't hardly stomach her no more because it was too much going on.
I like 90s Kim only. I'm sorry. Early 2000s 90s Kim. That's it. I don't like the new Kim. She's scary and it gives me nightmares.
And we want to thank Jabria for sending us out 45 stars, baby. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yes, ma'am. And let me see. that thing. Yes, it did. It broke them up, baby. It was such a sad situation, baby. Yes, it was. Yes, Girl. It was. And they ain't. Bless it, Sue Kim. Yes, baby. When Sue Kim came out, baby, I can't, y'all. But it's so much to be learned in that situation. And Sunshine, we're gonna have to hit on that one show because
that's a lot to unpack with Biggie and Faith and Charlie Baltimore. A whole whole lot that her psyche that messed her. Yeah, I said it because yes, Charlie Baltimore, Faith, Biggie. That's the reason why she changed that skin color because she was in love with that man wholeheartedly. Like she gave her life for that man. You understand? We I can't because that's Kim. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just too much, and the way he broke her down
The least
behind
common denominator behind the scenes, he did that woman bad, y'all.
child, the way he broke her spirit, girl.
He broke her spirit. Yes, he did.
Mm.
Yeah, he broke her spirit. Then y'all, whoever even knew that Ice Cube and Common had some beef, child. But guess what? Like grown men, they ended it. Y'all remember when Common came out with that track? I used to love her when he was talking about hip hop's devolution from conscious, politically minded music to straightforward gangster rap.
Most deaf.
Ice Cube didn't like that back. He came out with a song called West Side Slaughterhouse, where he kind of dissed Common. And then Common came back with the B.I.T. in you. You know what I'm saying? And then
that right there was that.
Yeah, which he trashed Ice Cube, you know what I'm saying? But then guess what? By the next year, the beef was permanently squashed. Cube and Common came together at Chicago's Nation of Islam headquarters and put their differences aside. Ice Cube has called the beef a dark time in his career, more a misunderstanding than a hateful dispute. Ultimately, it should serve as a tribute to cooler heads, a landmark of grown man maturity. Yeah, baby, I love it.
I love it too.
Love it. I love it.
Exactly how people, not just men, women as well, should handle their differences. You can speak through your discourse. You can agree to disagree and maintain your respectabilities and also maintain your life. Okay?
Yes.
People have the wrong idea of what that word respect truly means. And what these men did will be called something different on the streets right now, but it's always respectful in my book.
Very respectful. And I appreciate them for doing that because they didn't even have to go that route. They could have kept being ignorant. And when I see you is something when it's on site, you know what I'm saying? Whoever started that mess, Lord bless them. We don't need that. We don't need that in our culture. We're the only genre that's always tearing each other down and ready to annihilate one another.
But that's what it was designed to do for us post that meeting. Because what you fail to realize is when you have conscious rap, when the consciousness makes you think and makes you think about your actions, your life, how you do things, and how you can move forward and healing the healing process and make yourself a better person. That doesn't feed into the narrative behind the people that are listening to this music. It doesn't feed the narrative of being good and calm and thinking and uplifting your community. That's not what the powers that be wanted. They wanted all this mayhem and foolishness and corruptness and anger and hatred and unaliving. They needed that to fuel their pockets in two ways, through music and through the prison systems.
Let's go into the fact that a lot of it's a list of 59 rappers and hip hop musicians that have been unalived since 1987, and they were basically also murdered. The two studies in the mid 2010s concluded that murder was the cause of 51.5% of hip hop musicians' deaths. The average age of death is between 25 to 30 years of age. Hip hop has a higher rate of homicide than any other genre of music, ranging from 5 to 30 times higher. Some reasons for the high homicide rate include, listen up closely, poor background of many artists, criminal gang activity, drug use, and poor pastoral care among artists and record labels. In 2020, XXL wrote that of 77 rapper deaths they examined, more than 40 remain unsolved, including the 1996 murder of Tupac, in 1997 murder of Biggie, and in 1999 murder of Big L. And I'm about to share this list with y'all. Hold on, let me pull it up right quick, because this is the type of stuff that we definitely dealing with our rap music. Because once again, if you've been following us, you understand where we going with this. It has all been a bad turn. And this, I think the secret meeting has put all of this into perspective.
Most definitely.
Like nobody's gonna tell me anything different, because it makes sense.
Yes, you can see the change in the music from what we had to what we have now. In all forms of our, and it's our music, even in our R&B, that's changed. The way we used to allude to things, now we're just outright explicit with it. You know what I'm saying? Like the illusion of things was everything to us. That imagery, that's why I always say imagery is everything. And you can talk about without actually talking about things. There was no vulgarity out in the music from back in the day. This vulgarness, this crudeness, is distasteful.
Right. And on this list, y'all, look at this cause of death. Just look at it, y'all. Just look at it. And look at the ages. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Approximately 13 between 1987 to 1999. The rest of them is from 2001, September 10th, DJ Uncle Al shooting, 2001 down to 2022, y'all. Just look at this list, y'all. We ain't making this up. This is real life situations, y'all. We got MSJ, Sabotage. We got Camouflage. Some of these people I ain't even never heard of. Half a Meal, Soldier Slim, y'all. Mac Dre. That's very famous one. And that happened to prove. Did they ever find out what happened to Proof?
I don't think so. I really don't. Let me Google that.
And I remember the picture that's up on the screen. I had forgotten about him. Y'all, he was 21 years old. That was 2009.
Yeah.
Because he had a little banger he came out with. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah. So as y'all see, a little Fat, he was part of boosting them crew. Bill B, he was from our own hometown. How they did him was so dirty. Oh my God, that was dirty. And then on some of these, you could see like it was some stabbings, but most of them are shootings. Chinks drugs, like, oh baby, Lord, these. And you know what? XXX. I ain't gonna get ahead of myself. I say what I'm gonna say in a few minutes because it's gonna come back full circle. Nipsey Hussle. Just look at all this. King Von, Mo3, Young, all these people, y'all. So then we got the Empire record label. Okay. Where all these people are talking about, you know, what is going on with this record label. Like so many of these artists on this record label is ending up deceased.
Yeah, so remember, Proof was unalived by Mario Etheridge.
Okay.
He was shot 3 times. Yeah. They had an argument over a pool game.
Child. And as you can see right here, it says a number of artists once signed to Empire Records have mysteriously passed away in the last 4 years. Lil Uzi Vert's artists, a lot of Cash Desto, just
Mm-hmm.
followed PNB Rock to be fatally shot.
Joey Nathan.
So you see right here, and all these rappers were a part of the have been left expecting there may be a connection. Amidst fans' conspiracy theories, comedian Cat Williams released a chilling video on TikTok that has sparked more speculation. The unaliving of PNB Rock shocked the hip hop community. The Philly rapper had just released his first independent project earlier this month and was celebrating his success with his girlfriend in LA when he was gunned down. The circumstances gone bad. However, many fans speculate his previous deal and so there we go. We got XXX and we got PNB Rock.
And those are just like I would never think that PNB Rock would be unalived in that fashion because he was never like problematic. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Then you got Free. He released Old Summer with Empire. And he was gone. He was gone in 2020, y'all.
It's like there's some form of curse or something. Like what they got going on?
King Von. Thing is this. I hate to say it, but this is exactly what I was about to say a while ago. A lot of these artists are manifesting their own deaths.
Talk about it.
For the simple fact they get in these records and they start talking this Illuminati talk. Let's see. Yep. Shanada said she enjoyed us. She got to turn in. You have a blessed night. Thank you, Shanada, for coming through. We appreciate it. You have a blessed one.
Have a good night. Be safe. Remain healthy, please.
Yes. And first they said once you sign with them, they get life insurance and let you make so much money. Then once you start getting big, they gonna knock you off and get the insurance money. I believe it.
You better talk about
something going on over there. But also these artists sign with them, and then they started to manifest these bad things because they started seeing more money. And I feel like they end up with a monkey on their back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because they pin their name to something that they really didn't want to do, but they did it anyway because they did it for the money.
You know, all money ain't good money. You can't sell your soul, not expect things to come back and get you in the end.
Exactly. So once these artists started signing with them, King Von last video that he did, he was talking about the video had demonic stuff in it. Also, PNB Rock did a song. I haven't even listened to it, but I've been reading a lot about the situation, and he was talking about death. XXX talked about death. Even Young Dolph, his last video he did was about Illuminati stuff and death. Well, he was talking about selling his soul. So y'all better understand that there's power in the tongue. Please understand that. So if you turn around and start talking all this talk and putting all that energy out there, trust and believe the energy is going to bounce back to you.
Yes. That's why it's called spelling. When you say words are spells. Words have so much power and meaning. That's why I'm always so conscious of the words that I say, because I put that energy without into the universe. So you have to be so careful with the things that you say. And can I just quick second? I want everybody right now to take the word sorry out of your vocabulary.
Yeah.
Stop saying sorry. You are not a sorry individual. You are not a sorry person. Be apologetic. Only say sorry you have done something to be truly sorry for. That's all. Work
Mm-hmm.
power. So much meaning behind that. Don't put that on your soul.
Exactly. Exactly. And then another thing about this music is that Empire is owned by a guy, Ghazi Shami. And if I'm not mistaken, he's Arabic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, his father passed away when he was 32. And at 33, he started his record label, and it just almost instantly blew up. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It says Empire has supported debut albums and early singles of a number of early artists, frequently signing young talent in the Atlanta scene, orchestrated by their SR marketing as John Hill. They were the first label to release Trinidad James, Rich Homie Quan, Migos, Rocco, K Camp. In LA, uh, they have distributed and still distributing artists as Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q,
Mm-hmm.
Problem, Snoop Dogg, and Crooked Eye. They've involved with New York scene Fat Joe, Styles P,
Mm-hmm.
Cameron, Busta Rhymes, and on the R&B side they got Eric Bellinger, Jacquees, Jesse Boykins III, John Hart, and Lyrica Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually have a lot of artists that they have worked with. But that does not change the fact that they may be helping out with the situations that's going on with these artists. Because my thing is this: you sign all this foolishness, and
Mm-hmm.
you help putting this stuff out in the airways.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. And you know what it does. People know what music does to someone's soul. You listen, whatever you listen to that day, when you go out about your business during the day, that song, that music that you listen to, it fuels you. It makes you feel a particular way. That's how you go about your day. So when you have that murderous music up there, that's what you want to create that chaos, that confusion, because that music is just so angry, and it's angry and it's directed in the wrong fashion. We used to make angry music back in the day, but it was proactive angry music. It did something for our community. We spoke about anger in a way that brought about change in a positive fashion. They talk about anger. They just want to unalive people. There's no talking.
Exactly.
There's no conversation. There is no longer conversing with people to see where you can talk about your differences and maybe make amends and show other people that you don't have to resort to violence to get your point across. There is none of that anymore, and that's what our music did. It gave us a way to speak about our pains and our aggressions. And this music is just act this way, behave this way, don't think. This is what this music don't make you think. It just makes you react. It's reactionary music. He bumped me. I feel disrespected. Pow, pow, pow.
Right.
Maybe he
Right.
tripped and you don't. Maybe somebody bumped him and you just doing the wrong thing to the wrong person. Like you just out here unaliving folks for no reason. Why you so mad, Twan? The music that you listen to is telling you how to do these things.
Exactly. And this, we said all this to say, in the business model and the gateway to these private prisons. The private prisons stay filled and they get money from the United States government. Mind
Mm-hmm.
you, the government are the ones that's supposed to be over the prisons, but if they can get someone to run the prison for $150, where they run the prison for $200, and they don't have to deal with it, that's exactly what they are going to do. Mind you, when the U.S. government is doing it, you're probably going to get a little bit more out of the prison system, because the prison system is meant to rehabilitate these people that's out here doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. Well, when
Mm-hmm.
you get a private prison, they people don't give a damn.
At all.
They don't care.
about you in the slightest. They
They
care about the
don't
money you bring.
they don't care. And as you can see right here, it says the criminal justice system in America relies on private prisons in part to house inmates. Private prisons are contracted by state or local governments to run facilities rather than having the government own and operate prisons themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Critics have argued that the criminal justice should be wholly public affair and that private for-profit motives can lead to unjust conditions and corruption, which is exactly what we are seeing. Okay. And let's see about how a private prison make money. Public prison is not a profit-generating entity. The end goal is to house incarcerated individuals in an attempt to rehabilitate them or remove them from the streets. A private prison, on the other hand, is run by a corporation. The corporation end goal is to profit from anything they deal in. In order to make money as a private prison, the corporation enters into a contract with the government. The
Mm-hmm.
contract should state the basis for payment to the corporation. It can be based on the size of the prison, based on monthly or yearly set amount, or in most cases, it is paid based on the number of inmates that the prison house. Like that is a scam. But let's keep it going.
Modern day
Let's
slavery.
Of course it is. Let's suppose that it costs $100 per day to incarcerate someone,
Mm-hmm.
assuming full capacity, including all administration costs. And the prison building can hold 1,000 inmates. A private prison can offer its services to the government and charge $150 per day per inmate.
Mm-hmm.
Generally speaking, the government will agree to these terms if the $150 is less than if the prison was publicly run. That difference is where the private prison makes its money.
Yes.
Okay? As in any business, saving money wherever possible increase the bottom line. Expanding also allows the business to bring in more money, but it needs capital to do that. It says, why would a private prison need to be publicly traded? As a business grows, it can make the choice to go public. Essentially, this does a few things for the company that it can't do as a privately held business. With most businesses, exposure is the key to growth. The more people know about the company, the more sales they can do. However, the private prison exposure isn't something they really need. Instead, they need capital boosts for two other reasons. Now check this out. If a private prison can mark up the cost of caring for an incarcerated individual by $50 per day, that means their prison can theoretically earn $50,000 per day on a prison that houses 1,000 inmates.
Child.
Okay, by maxing out the prison, by going public, they can see a sudden influx of money that would allow them to build that second prison. Why y'all think these prisons popping up everywhere?
Mm-hmm. Why you think they're funneling money from the schools into the prisons?
Exactly. Because it's a money grab. They don't care nothing about these people, and they don't care nothing about us. And that's why we having to listen to this watered down music that sound like these folks on drugs. They can't open their mouth. They can't talk because they want you to fall in line. They want you to become a thug, start doing drugs, start killing, shooting, hurting people, so you can go to their prison so they can make more money. And the cycle continues and continues and continues. And to be honest, it's working very well.
Oh, it has been working. Why do you think they inserted drugs into the Black and brown communities? Then they created this, then they allowed this music to be created and to flourish, because you see how conscious music really wasn't doing anything for them. They had to stop, because it kept kids away from drinking and drugs and gangs and violence. It kept them in schools wanting to uplift themselves, wanting to do better by the communities because they saw that the people before them had to suffer, and they weren't going to they were going to break those generational curses and become better people before that. The people don't want that to happen. So they had to, and they know that music is how Black people communicate with one another. This is how we talk to one another. Rhythm, lyricism, poetry. It's our connection. That's how we speak to each other. So when they once again, because they already stripped us once of our language, they stripped us again of our language, of how we speak to one another, and they infected it once again. And this is why we have the music and the hatred in our community that we have right now. It allows it to boil over and to fester. That's why all these kids, and I mean kids, they're 13-year-old kids, 10-year-old kids getting unalive because they want to go out and listen to this music being these thugs. And it's no. That's why they're doing things, running the streets rampant. It's just so much hurt and suffering in this music, and people don't even comprehend that all the hatred is not hatred, it's hurt. And once you learn to heal from that hurt, you change the way you speak, and when you change the way you speak, you change your narrative, and when you change your narrative, you uplift so many people.
Yes, the music is pollution. The same way smoke is pollution to your lungs.
Yes.
There is pollution to your ears. It get into your brain. Your body start to feed off of this polluted music, because that's exactly what it is. And let me make this one more this other point about the prisons. It says, still there's another reason to go public for a private prison. In order to stay in business, these prisons need a constant stream of inmates coming in to replace those that have served their sentence. Thus, this is where you get all these long prison sentences as well. As you notice, people be doing little stuff and then they put them in jail for like 50 years. Let me finish. This means that the laws have to be enforced, contracted, renewed, and in some cases, laws more strictly enforced. Corporations may lobby lawmakers for their support or otherwise advocate for stronger enforcement of laws, which means somebody get caught with a little dime bag, baby, they gonna put you behind jail for 10 years. Come on now.
First time offenses are that. First time offense. They will do that to you. Throw the whole book at you. First time offense.
So the problem right here is that you're looking to save $50, which may not be a lot, but when you add it up for a 30-day period, it is a lot. And they taking these corporations and letting them run the prison systems privately, and behind those closed doors, there is a lot of corruption going on. A lot of corruption going on. I'm talking about inmates getting pregnant. I was watching news the other day, and the inmate done pulled off $11 million heist. Did you see that, Sunshine? Did you see that on the news?
You said what?
A prisoner pulled off $11 million heist.
From in the prison?
From in the prison, child. With a cell phone, child, with a cell phone.
Going to bed. Y'all have a good night now. Cause I'm not how you pulling off bank heists from inside the clink. I'm going to bed. It's past my bedtime.
I'm finna pull it up right quick.
Cause I can't believe this. How does one accomplish that? How y'all? And that's another thing. All these cell phones, prison TikTok. Okay. Y'all be having a lot of freedoms in there too. Y'all be having too much fun.
Hold on. Let me pull it up for you right quick.
How does one accomplish that? How do you?
And guess where he was at? He was in Georgia.
You know what? I can't.
An inmate got phones, imitated a billionaire and stole $11 million, officials say. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Let me see if they're gonna show his picture. But he did it. He did it. What we'll do, y'all go follow us on TikTok on Dab TV and we'll go over the story. I'll go because right now we just started, so we haven't posted anything. But if we get how many followers, Sunshine, then we'll start posting stories.
You know what? If I can get, I'll be nice. What's a low number? Just if you know what? If I get 50 followers by next week, I'll post 2 stories.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. You'll post 2 and I'll post 2. How about that?
Give us 100. No, if you give it 50, you post 1, I post 1. Give us 100, you post 2, I post 2.
Facts. Okay, we'll do it like that. But yeah, so that's what happened with that. So with that being said, that's where also we got, look at this chart that I got for us to check out, because I need y'all to see this to understand. And I know it's getting late, but baby, go and catch the replay, child, because you need to start talking to these young adults that look up to you and let them see. Look at the state prisons.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the pie chart. Look at the local jails.
Mm-hmm.
Not convicted, 445,000 people. Okay. The convicted is 103,000. Do you know what that means?
Mm-hmm.
These people just ain't got enough money to pay their bond. It says United States locks up more people per capita than any other nation at a staggering rate of 573 per 100,000 residents. But to end mass incarceration, we must first consider where and why 1.9 million people are confined nationwide.
Did you hear about that story about the young man? I believe was 25 years old. I forget his name, sadly. He was in prison. He could not post bail. They said he stole a book bag.
Yes.
And he sat for 3 years because he could not post bail, and he unalived himself.
Yes.
He ain't even steal the bag.
Yes. Yes.
So can you imagine what they're doing to those people in there?
Anything, like literally anything. And right here you can see it says pre-trial detention. Most people in jail are not convicted but are locked up awaiting trial. Why? Many are detained in local jails because they cannot afford to pay the bail amount set to secure their release. The median bail amount for felonies is $10,000, which represents 8 months' income for a typical person detained because they cannot pay bail.
Mm-hmm. You could get sent to jail for having like a gram of marijuana and sit because you can't post that $500 bond. Sit. It's
sad.
Asinine to me.
It's so sad. It is so sad. So we'll go deeper into this another time, but I also want to hit this point right here because we told y'all what led up all to this, but I also want to talk about this one rapper that they signed and they put into the spotlight to help with their agenda. The one and the only.
Because I'm nosy.
Mr. Chief Keef.
Child. Now I know I'm dead. Because that's what he did. Perpetuated all the foolishness.
Well, I mean, Chief Keef is 27 years old at this point in time. But when he was signed, Chief Keef was very, very young. It was in 2012, I think, when he was signed. Let's just read a little bit about him. It says, Keith Farrell Cozart, born August 15, 1995, better known by his stage name Chief Keef, is an American rapper, singer, songwriter, and record producer. His music first became popular during his teen years in the early 2010s among high school students from Chicago's South Side. In 2012, his local single, I Don't Like, was remixed by American rapper Kanye West and reached the Billboard Top 20. A bidding war began for major labels. You heard that then? A bidding war, which resulted in Keith signing with Interscope. His debut album, Finally Rich, was released in 2012, and it featured the singles I Don't Like and Love Sosa, which was popularized the Chicago rap subgenre drill. You heard that, didn't it?
Wow. Yes. Music is the bane of existence.
Okay, but listen to this. Chief Keef has faced ongoing legal issues during his career, including weapons possession charges, house arrest sentences, and performance ban imposed by Chicago authorities. Though he was dropped from Interscope in 2014 and later signed to 1017 Records, he continued self-releasing projects through his own Glow Gang label. These included Nobody, Back from the Dead, Bang 3, and Thought Breaker. So, as you can see, Chief Keef was an impoverished young man in the streets of Chicago. Everybody know about the violence that goes on in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
They seen that his song became popular, and they knew of his background. They know what's going on in Chicago, and they blew him up to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that didn't, just because he got money, that don't mean he changed at all. All that did was help him distribute his music out to the world more. I'm not blaming him for nothing that he did or put out. I'm blaming the record labels for not also, when you signed him, you should have also signed a conscious rapper. So they could have had both of the best of both worlds. And I'm talking about a conscious rapper that can actually rap, not nobody just saying anything. Okay? Because there's some good conscious rappers out there that's getting it in. You know what I'm saying?
So underrated. So underrated.
So underrated. They wanted to glorify this drill music. And this drill music, drill is short for KILL. Okay?
Yep.
It's just another anonym for that.
Mm-hmm. Because that's all they talk about. That's all they talk about. Unaliving each other.
Unaliving each other.
If y'all understood what the true meaning of the word respect actually meant, because that's the word that y'all throw around, like friendship and loyalty.
Yes.
Things that people mostly know nothing about.
Yes.
Okay? When you truly know what respect is and how to respect yourself, little things like that, you could talk. Go ahead. You could you talking. I don't hear you though. You talking, but I don't hear you. That's respect. Respect yourself first before you can talk about somebody disrespecting you. Because if you're not someone worthy of respect, why should I respect you?
Yep. And let's just be real. The crime rate in Chicago is so crazy.
Astronomical.
And it's been so many artists in Chicago that have been unalived behind this drill music. One rapper, he did a song dissing his op, which was already deceased. Once he dissed his op, he went and did a video on the op's grave. Okay? Yes. Yes. Yes, he did. And guess what happened? It wasn't long after that, he was gone too.
I mean, I can't call it. Because that's something we would have never, to desecrate somebody's grave, to speak ill of the dead. You don't do things like that.
Yeah, it's true. And I want y'all to look at this right here. This they saying like this is something good. They say 448 people unalived in Chicago this year, but homicide rate remains down from last year.
We get headlines like that here in Philly.
Yeah, Philly is another one. Philly is another one. It goes down, honey.
All the way down. Like
It
every day.
goes down, honey.
It's going down right now. I ain't gonna hold you, but
Mm-hmm.
gonna keep it cute.
Yep. It says that's below the pace set in each of the last 2 years, but the total is more than 100 homicides higher than the first 8 months of 2019. Yeah. So,
Pathetic.
like I said, the music in Chicago, to me, that's what started the drill rap
Mm-hmm.
in the United States.
Most
So
definitely.
once the drill rap started, the disrespect got worse.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you started talking about the dead,
Yeah,
saying those wild things about the dead. And I'm telling you, I watched the video for myself. The young man went to the dead man's grave and did a video, and he called himself the grave digger, and he dancing and talking junk, and I'm talking about he's so like everything is all right.
mm-mm. I
And
don't
it
want
wasn't,
always.
yeah, and it wasn't long after that this young man, he was deceased as well. And that's just one of the many stories. Like this happens so much in this drill scene. Like I followed the drill scene heavily for about I'm gonna say about 3 months till I couldn't take no more. I
I
couldn't
try.
take no.
I can't take the music. It truly makes me so angry. Like
Well,
it doesn't
I wasn't
feel good.
listening to the music, but I ended up having to hear some of it because I was intrigued and trying to figure out what is going on. Oh my gosh, it's so much. Like once one person do a diss song, then this person gonna do a diss song. Then they gonna clash and talk about each other. Then somebody gonna end up hurt. And then once you hurt this person, then somebody else gonna hurt you. And once you hurt that person got hurt, then somebody gonna come and hurt that person. Girl, it's just so much. It's just so much.
And then this is what happens when you don't teach people how to critically think, how to think for themselves, how to just be an individual as a person. Like you just follow behind all these stupid behind trends, and you just going to do what the status quo was. Don't be a status quo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to follow behind these deathly trends, and like there's no reason for this kind of music to be popular. It really isn't. If you have like a good heart, like the things that they talk about would offend you as a person and it offends my sensibilities. I'm like, how can you listen to this hateful music?
It's hateful. Well, I said it though, and I said it just as sure as my name is B. Brown, the Revolution. I said that spirit of music is gonna make its way around the world, and that same doing up there will start happening there. Lo and behold, it's happening right around my area as well. And I live in a small city. I live in a small area. And it's happening right around here right now. So this has concluded part 3 of why hip hop is the most dangerous genre. And I do feel like we brought everything full circle tonight, Sunshine. How about you?
Most definitely. From beginning
Most definitely.
to the end.
And so with that being said, we must go now. So my words, like, learn to think for yourself. If you follow every trend, you will be no different. Just because 1,000 people do it don't mean you got to do it. Think for yourself, and also know that there's power in the tune. Once you start to say certain things, you're going to bring it to fruition. So when things start happening to you and you're trying to figure out why is all this stuff on me like that, remember that there's power in the tongue and some of the things that you manifested on your own because you was listening to and saying and recreating a lot of the music and a lot of the things that you know ain't right. Sunshine?
Well, not that we talk about these things. However, I have been asked a lot this past week. I talk about healing within the Black community a lot. And someone is always saying, well, how do we start? Healing our community begins with yourself. It begins with unlearning everything that you have been taught that is negative about yourself and getting rid of all of your preconceived notions about your own family, because as Black people, we are all family. So I want us to unpack it all, heal, and come together as a community to make it better for our children and our grandchildren.
Yes.
Take that time for yourself every day, not even 5 minutes, to just unload it all so that you can be at peace with yourself and you can bring peace within yourself.
This is true, and I appreciate you for bringing out the sage, because we're going to cleanse our show of all of that of all of that foolishness, honey, because at the end of the day, once something is in your mind, it can become something in your space.
So toxic.
So we're not with it. We did this. This is for educational purposes only, baby. Matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to Dara for putting out her new song that I actually shot the video for. Okay. It's positive. You know what I'm saying? Dara Buck, go look it up. Through. Matter of fact, I'm fixing to pull it up right now. Because guess what? We make the rules on our show.
I love the song. I love the video too. I love her message. It was beautiful. At the end, her message was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So let me just pause that right quick. I'm not going to play it.
Let's get some manifestation up in here as well, because we want the Dragon's Blood for manifestation. Y'all do know we have a website coming soon, right? And on our website, you will be able to find all the beautiful things like this sage that we have right here. This is Dragon Blood Sage. Cleanse your spirit while manifesting your future. We're going to have some crystals popping up in there. Everything to nourish your soul.
Yes. Okay, so let me just show y'all, give y'all a whiff of what the video looks like. I directed, filmed, and edited the video. This is her music. And I was just so glad to be a part of it, because I've just outgrown a lot of stuff, child. I'm not up for no foolishness, honey. I'm just not up for it, okay? And it is what it is at this point in time. I got to do what's best for me at this point in time. And I don't want to participate in anything that's low vibrational. So as you can see it right there, it's called Make It Through. And it has a very strong message to it. It's a very, very, very nice song. The track itself, everything about it is just actually nice. So if you want to hear something inspirational and nice, go listen to that.
The message is beautiful. Watch the whole video, because there's a message at the end. The song is lovely, and then there's her message. It's beautiful.
Well, I can actually play the message because it doesn't have any music. So let's play the message.
My message to you is LOVE. Love. Love while you have the opportunity to love. You can't get it back once people are gone. God is love. God died so that we have the right to the tree of life, and he made the ultimate sacrifice by showing the greatest love. So we are here, left here to love. LOVE. Love you, Moni.
Let me tell you, I was about to do the whole thing with her because I watched it like 4 times already. I was about to do L-O-V. I was about to do it with her. I promise you I was.
And we just wanted to give a little shout out to the sponsors real quick while we had them right there. Give a shout out to the sponsors, Brandy Brown Media and Photography. And another thing that we will definitely hint on, if you go follow us right now on TikTok, Dab TV. Is it Dab TV 256?
Dab TV. I just want to say it's Dab TV.
Okay, so it's Dab TV. Do I need to pull it up so they can see it?
Yeah, we can. We can pull it up. Most definitely.
Go and follow us, and we will do a TikTok on what this video is about. Because if you understand why she did this video and what happened, I promise you will be blown away, child. You'll be blown away. It's unbelievable what happened.
It's a really sad circumstance. It really is.
Yeah.
Go watch the video and you'll understand what happened. It's a beautiful video, number one. It's educational, number two, because you actually get what happened and what, you know what I'm saying? So it's really good. And the pictures are beautiful as well. I want to say that too, that the pictures in the video are really, really pretty.
Right. So this is our TikTok page that we would definitely start making videos to, and we want y'all to go and follow us. So if you're having a hard time trying to figure it out, just go look it up. It's Dab TV 256, DAAB TV 256.
Mm-hmm.
So we will definitely start putting things into it very, very soon, starting this week. So go follow us. We don't have a bio yet because we haven't done anything yet. We are building, and when you're building, things take time. So just go ahead and go follow us, and I promise you will not be disappointed.
And tell a friend, because we have 1,000 to go live, and we can do this. We can get all the juice on live on TikTok.
That's right. That's right. All right. With that being said, we definitely want to thank everybody for patronizing us once again, and we will see y'all next week, same time, same place.
Millionaire pending.
Millionaire pending. We will see y'all next time.
Be safe, be blessed, remain healthy.